Oh, hey YouTube. It's a 24-bit game reviewer here. As you probably saw at the beginning, I'm playing Startropics. In Startropics, you play a 15-year-old Michael Jones, and you wake up one morning and your uncle, Dr. Jones, has sent you a letter inviting you out to Sea Island so you can visit his laboratory where he is actually an archaeologist, and he is looking for some sort of ancient ruins. He actually sends you a letter, and if you own the game early on when it came out, they actually gave you a letter, as you can see in this corner. Okay, so let me just push pause here. So as I had mentioned, Michael gets a letter from his uncle to go and visit him on Coracola Island, or Sea Island if you will. As soon as he walks into the first town of Coracola, you run into the leader. There he tells you that your uncle's been missing for a few months, and you've been put on the task of trying to find him. Don't worry though, it isn't as bad of a task because he hands you your trusty, well, yo-yo. Anyway, you and this yo-yo work hand in hand just like George Michaels and that other guy with the neon lipstick from Wham. Underline meaning being, use it until you find something better that comes along, and then toss it aside like a piece of garbage. Either way, you have your trusty yo-yo in hand, and it's time to begin your search. There's two different styles in this game. There is the overworld map, and that is a travel map where you get to travel from place to place, and the underworld map, where you basically do dungeon crawling. Unlike another game that I'm not going to mention. Yeah, that one. So you start off meeting some creepy old woman. No, not her. But yeah, she's pretty creepy too. Anyway, this creepy woman will let you go down into the first dungeon, and there you're going to fight a whole bunch of different creatures like loopers, jellies, noctos, and best of all, you get to fight a ninja monkey. That's right, let me repeat myself, a freaking ninja monkey. How cool is that? Side note, I think this might be the very first game that has an autosave feature, so you're welcome, Mass Effect. Anyway, in the dungeons you're going to come across a couple things. One, there's going to be blocks all over the place that you have to jump on. When you jump on these blocks, they'll open up switches, and those switches will either A, open up chests, or B, open up the way for you. With the chests, you get secondary weapons like fire, bats, bolas, and Wonder Horse skins. AKA a baseball. That's right, they call them Wonder Horse skins. I don't know. Either way, you get these secondary weapons, and they have limited use. You only get about 10 to 15 of them, depending on how many you actually pick up. And you want to conserve them, because most of the time when you get them in a dungeon, you need them for the boss fight. Fight your way through the first dungeon. You work your way to your uncle's place. There you meet Dr. Jones's assistant, and he'll give you access to your uncle's submarine, which will allow you to go across the whole map. Here, you get a guest appearance from none other than Nintendo's Rob. That's right, the freaking robot is in this. The game truly opens up. You get to meet a mother dolphin and help her find her kid, solve some pretty easy puzzles, fight a giant octopus, discover whole new hidden areas for things like health upgrades and ID codes that'll help you further the plot, and many more things. Point in this game where you find out there's a tracking chip in your uncle's shoe, and this is the only way to get to him, so follow that bird. Chip to his location. Anyway, this brings you through a whole bunch of underground ruins, and there will be a point that you have to punch in a code. There's no indication of what this number really is. You remember that note that I had mentioned earlier in the video? Well, Nintendo thought it was a good idea to include a note with every single game that was purchased that you could take, dip it in some water, and then it would reveal a number for you. This number is the reason why it's so difficult to find this letter. Everybody took this letter, dipped it in water, got the number, wrote it down in their manual, and then just tossed the old one aside. Thank you very much, Nintendo. Anyway, the number 747. So you continue on your way, and very soon after you end up running into your uncle. There he tells you that he was actually abducted by aliens and had to retrieve some cubes for them. It is now your job to go up to the mothership and get those cubes back. But before you get those cubes, you have to face the leader of the aliens, the evil Zoda. That's right, he shoots freaking eyeballs at you. Now, after you beat him, there is a little bit more to this game, but I'm going to let you play it and figure out exactly what that is. Either way, I'm going to get back to playing. This was your 24-bit game reviewer saying, always push the continue button.